It is the perfect travel storm. COVID restrictions are easing in many places, and it's summertime.
That means the pent-up demand for leisure travel is being unleashed. In tonight's special report, Sally Schulze takes a look at how to find the best deals and a new way to pay for your trip.
Monty Childs calls Sweet Home Chicago home, but can't wait to leave town.
Like most people, I've both been living and working in the same place for about the last 15 months.
Monty and his daughter Ava are avid travelers. So far, he is planning at least 3 trips before the year's end.
I'm the definition of a person who has cabin fever right now. None of us were able to spend too much this last year. I am looking at it as an opportunity to make more than make up for it.
We've seen huge pent-up demand, and if you look at bookings for 2022, it is well above where we would normally be at this time in the prior year.
Like many other agencies, AAA Travel is really starting to see business take off again. With more people now looking to get away, experts say the sooner you can decide where you want to go, the better.
So there will be more competition for the particulars you want. Locking in the places that provide the service quality and the experiences you want is something that you can do best with lead time.
AAA also recommends working with an agent when travel demand is high.
If they already know what is on your mind and what matters to you, then they can quickly match you up because a lot of these deals go very quickly.
When it comes to a budget, you may or may not be planning on sticking to one for your next trip. If you are, experts say an all-inclusive resort to a cruise are good ways to do it.
A lot more buy now, pay later options are being available to consumers across the spectrum for both vacations and other consumer products.
That's one of the big changes the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has noticed in consumer spending since the pandemic began. When deciding how to pay for your trip, the Bureau says it's important to think about other expenses you have and others that may pop up.
Often people who are not paying attention to their budget and are not keeping on top of their budget, you can spend more than you were anticipating. And a lot of times emergencies will come up that you weren't expecting. That's why they call emergencies. You have to pay for those things. And then you find yourself overextended and in debt.
If you think that won't happen to you, Brown also mentioned that the Bureau is seeing credit card debt starting to rise again. The good news is, after you figure out how you want to pay for your trip, all you have to do is sit back and relax.
I love travel. If I were retired, I would do it 300 days of the year.
When planning your next trip, experts also recommend looking into travel insurance. Since the pandemic, some policies now include coverage for COVID, whether you get it before or during your trip. Sally Schulze, Fox 32 News.